Hello people, so it's time to change the tires of my bike. This is going to be the second tire change, basically the third set of tires. The first set of tires were changed at 16k kilometers, 15.8 almost. Yeah, that was a bit too early. That's because the front tire had uneven wearing and the wheels started slightly wobbling in between 60 to 70 speeds. So I changed both together. The front tire was Remora and the back tire was Radial Pro Torque Sport SR. That was in a good condition, but I thought I'll change both together. And as that was an unexpected change, I did not have time to find and research about the new tires. So I contacted this team in Bangalore, Torque Block. They had Michelin Pilot Street 2 in stock, fresh ones, 2022 make, and it fell under my budget as well. It costed 5k for both, including shipping it was 5.2 or something. So yeah, I went ahead and purchased these tires. Both are non-radial nylon tires. It's slightly on the harder side, not completely soft compound, I would say medium to hard. And these tires have run 19k kilometers so far. In my opinion, these tires are value for money, not the best tires for RTR. If the use is within cities on tarmac, it's a good choice. On wet conditions, you need to be cautious, not the best wet grip. So yeah, the tread wear indicators are almost visible. In some places the tread wear indicators are fading away, so I thought this is the best time to change it and find the right tires. I don't know which one to choose. I'm mostly sticking with sports touring tires. That's the plan. I'll install the new tires and talk more about that. So this is the third day after installation. I couldn't record a video because the place was jam-packed and I didn't want to distract their work. The process is straightforward, changing the old tires with the machine, and after installing the new tires I got the balancing done. I also got the valve tubes changed. So these are the tires from Rise Moto. It's called Rise Tracer, a road spec tire. It's a new brand in the Indian market. You might have heard about this on Instagram or other social channels. They're highly promoting this brand through influencers and by organizing events to showcase their off-road based tires. I'm sticking with the same size, 130 70/17 for the rear and 90 90/17 for the front. Both are non-radial construction. It was a random choice. As it's a new brand, I thought I'll give it a try. I know it's not the best option for RTR at the moment, but let's see if it's really worth the hype. I've just covered 150 kilometers so far. The new tires will need at least 300 kilometers to properly break in and provide the actual grip. These look like ground profile. Initial 10 to 15 kilometers I felt a bit different. When I was taking turns, these tires were leaning too easily, basically pulling towards the corner. I wasn't losing control, it was just sticking onto the road, but still that was a bit different compared to my previous tires. Yeah, after that I got used to it. I think the tires are rolled left, right and center and the grips are more prominent. And I got these tires for 5,100, including 2 new valve tubes. It costed 5,300. Okay, I'll hop onto the bike and talk more about these tires. Okay, so the first difference I can notice is the softness. As I mentioned, both are non-radial, but still the compound is a bit softer to an extent. I can feel that on uneven roads. This road is also not that butter smooth, it's a bit bumpy, so I can make the difference. I can only compare it with my previous tires, so whatever I tell here is compared to Michelin Pilot Street 2. And why did I end up buying Rise Tracer? Basically I had three options. First one was Eurogrip Rotork Extreme, which is an amazing tire based on the reviews and feedback from my friends. It's a 0 degree steel radial. I really wanted to go for a radial tire, for the rear at least. And the second option was Apollo Alpha S1, which is again a good tire and a common choice for RTR. That's also a radial tire. The third option was Max's Extra Max series. The problems with the first and second options were only rear tires are available from the same model. No front tire for 90/90 17 section, which was kind of a deal breaker. I had to either go for any other models from the same brand or try different brands to mix and match, which I don't prefer and recommend also. I mostly trust when brands provide or offer same models for front and back, just because these tires are mostly tested together as a combination and it gives better results compared to mix and match tires, in my opinion. I know there are people who use different brands without any issues. It all depends on the usage and stuff. So I couldn't go for the first and second option. I had the third option because both front and back sizes were available. Max's Extra Max, that's also a well-known brand, but no dealers had those tires in stock. I checked with dealers outside the city, outside the state, but no luck. And that's how I ended up buying Rise Tracer. This brand is being highly promoted and I've heard good reviews about the off-road spec tires. So I hope these tires do justice as well. I just expect it to be better than my previous tires, that's it. And why road spec tires over the well-purpose tires? Because my usage is long rides, weekend rides, where I get to ride on different road conditions, good, bad and worst roads. So a dual sport tire would have made more sense, but still I mostly stay on tarmac. Whenever I'm choosing a destination, I pick the best route. Even if it's a long route, I mostly prefer ghat sections, sometimes highway, single lane tarmac roads. Even if I get to ride on mud roads, slushy roads or broken tarmac roads, I take it very slow. I'll have the top box mounted and other luggage system, so I pass that stretch slowly and carefully. I'm a person who enjoys riding on curves and twisties through ghat sections. I'm not a pro in cornering, but still I love leaning the bike to an extent, and it's mostly the road spec tires that will provide more grip, better grip than block pattern ones, because of a larger contact area both in dry and wet conditions. And I personally like these tires, sports touring or road spec tires, over the block pattern ones. That's another reason, personal preference. I like doing all my adventures with these tires as of now. Maybe the perspectives will change in near future, but right now I like doing all stuff with these tires. That's the simple reason. And talking about upsizing, I honestly had this in plan. Basically people upsize for two reasons. One, for better looks. Two, for getting better tires. When you go one step above, for example 130 70 17 to 140 60 17 or 90 90 17 to 180 17, you actually get better models, sometimes a good radial tire for the rear. So I thought I'll upsize to get a better set of tires, but then I changed my plan after I got to know there won't be any benefits of upsizing. I didn't want to mess up the performance or handling, so I cancelled that plan, and based on my riding style and weight, I feel the stock tires can do well. My weight is just below 70, and even if the bike is fully loaded with top box, tank bag and tail bag, the load on the bike won't cross 80 or 85 kgs max. For that kind of a load, stock tires are perfect. Sorry, stock size is perfect. So that's pretty much it. Obviously I can't talk more about these tires right now because it's still brand new, and I can't even give my initial impressions. Just one thing, it's a bit softer even though it's non-radial. That one I can confirm. Otherwise I feel these are good enough for the price, value for money at least. I'm looking forward to cover more and more kilometers with these tires. Hopefully things go well. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully a long ride where I can talk more about these tires in different conditions: dry, wet, highway, gut section. But if you have any specific questions about these tires, feel free to DM me or comment down.